If you're a graphic designer and you're worried about AI replacing you, you're not crazy because it's actually happening. But here's the truth: AI is not going to replace everyone, it's going to replace freelancers, it's going to replace those ones that refuse to evolve. About designpreneurs, some people may ask, well, designpreneurs like myself, we don't think about AI in the sense of being evil, being against, us. I implement it into my workflow. I implement it into my content creation. So in this video, I'm going to showcase to you why you should implement AI into your workflow as a graphic designer and why you shouldn't have freelance mindset. You should have a designpreneur mindset when it comes to adopting AI as part of your workflow. So let's dive in. So right now, the freelance world is struggling. Since the inception of tools like ChatGPT, Midjourney, many freelancers been pretty much put out of work simply because they've been replaced by AI when it comes to those, mundane and very simplistic artworks. Even to a point now where I think majority of people that were, going on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork to hire somebody to maybe design a little poster or to design an ad for Facebook, they realize that if they can actually go on ChatGPT, spend 30 minutes, an hour, they can actually replace those people that they used to pay on Fiverr and Upwork. Okay. So more and more possible clients that were meant to hire freelancers for certain tasks, they're realizing that they could do that with AI. So it's essential for you as a freelancer that is making that transition to be a designpreneur that you stay in the loop and you make sure you're implementing AI into your workflow. And it's essential that you don't think as a freelance anymore, because if you do, you're going to compete with not only humans, like you're going to compete with machines nowadays, okay? And trust me, machines will win every single time on pricing and on actual speed of execution. So if your entire value as a freelancer is I'll do it for cheap and I'll do it quick, AI is definitely going to be. I'm telling you right away, you can't outgrow or outcompete algorithms. But what precisely designpreneurs like myself are doing when it comes to AI? Let's go into detail about that. So first of all, you have to think as a business owner. You don't just have to think about AI being implemented in you actually working on a final product, say a client. You should think about AI to be part of your workflow as a business. As a designpreneur, like I explained in many other videos, treat yourself as a business owner that is using your skill set as the tool to get a profit, okay? So in that sense, you're not just a person that goes into Photoshop and makes an outcome and just sells it. You have to think about the marketing. Hence why you should be implementing AI tools into your marketing, meaning the captions that you create, the hashtags that you may come up with, and everything. When AI can outperform you, it can give you more ideas for brainstorming, then you should use AI in that case. Okay. So let me give you actually a good example so you fully understand what I actually mean. So let's say you go to your main page where you post most of your content to attract clients. And let's say you analyze the top 3 performing pieces of content, okay? You look at them and you see what were the captions that you used, what were the hashtags that you used, and also what type of content you posted. And you're going to summarize everything that you kind of noticed out of that and put it into AI and prompt it to give you 5 different iterations that you can pick from that you can test for your following piece of content. And I found that to be a good use because I can always kind of like predict what content is going to do well based on the outcomes that the AI is giving me. Simply because I've analyzed my page, I've given it the best piece of content and what made it particularly perform well, and it has come up with a new variation that I can test on my page as well. I found that use of AI very useful because it saves me loads and loads of time. But let's go into more so the imagery, what type of images that you can actually use and produce to assist you in your workflow when it comes to actually designing for your clients. Because of course, your job as a designpreneur is using your skill set to understand the vision that your clients may have. My clients are in the clothing brand niche. In whatever niche that you may have, I'm sure you can use the AI to your advantage. But if you're, let's say, in a football niche, you can ask AI to produce you images of stadiums, that you can use as a backdrop, okay? So more precisely when it comes to imagery, it's always, and it still is, a big struggle for many designers to find images that are unique and images that nobody has used before, especially when it comes to garment design, let's say. You just don't want to be the person that just goes on Pinterest and then just use images that you can find on there, okay? By the way, it's just not going to give a random prompt and it's just going to design you the whole final outcome. You're going to use it as an image generator, like pretty much, Midjourney, but at the same time, you're gonna change it and twist it to the composition that you're working on. Okay. And even if it doesn't get it right, you have unlimited revisions. Okay. So you can use AI to your advantage. The last and third point should be that you should implement it when it comes to the communication with your clients. Let's say, for example, you find you in a situation where, a client might be over revisions and you want to communicate in a professional way, but you don't really know what to say. A very good way you should go about that is, kind of like you can literally copy and paste the whole chat that you had and put it into AI, and the AI could give you a solution for that particular situation that you find yourself in with a client. So you should gauge for yourself in different areas of your designpreneur business. That could be more than just 3 topics like I mentioned here, but it could be more than that, where you could be implementing AI to be a better professional than yourself. Okay. These are the 3 main areas and topics when it comes to designpreneur business where I found to be crucial when it comes to implementing AI. But going back to the very first statement I started this YouTube video with, you shouldn't be scared about AI. You should implement it into your workflow. You shouldn't have the mindset of a freelancer kind of seeing AI as a competition, but you should have the mindset of a designpreneur that is implementing AI as part of the workflow.